Hey guys, it's Miss Johnson here. I'm here with lesson number 5, and today's lesson is all about math, and more specifically about basic addition and learning how to write number sentences or equations. For today's lesson, I'm going to be using my red and yellow counters and my Unifix cubes, and I'm going to be laying some of them out, adding them together, and then writing a number sentence to match. And what I want you to do at home is, as I'm laying out my counters or my Unifix cubes and I start adding them together, I want you to use a pencil and paper, or if you have a whiteboard and marker, that's what I will be using. If you have a whiteboard and marker, you can use that as well. And I want you to follow along with me at home. And as I'm writing my number sentence to match my picture or my counters or my Unifix cubes, I want you to write that number sentence along with me. Okay, problem number 1. I'm going to start out using my red and yellow counters. So I think I'm going to start off and I'm going to put this many yellow counters. And I'm going to put this many red counters. Now, what I want you to do at home is I want you to count how many yellow are here and write that number, and how many red are here and write that number. You can pause the video if you need more time. I'm going to go ahead and write my numbers. So let's count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow counters. So underneath I'm going to put a 4. And I have 1, 2, 3 red counters. So underneath that I'm going to put a 3. Now, since I said that we are adding, I need to add these numbers together to figure out how many counters are in all. So I need to put a sign right here in the middle. Who remembers what that sign is called? If you said addition, then you are correct. An addition sign. Looks like a cross. It's a plus sign. So 4 plus 3, and then we need our equal sign. And this is where we will put how many are in all. So let's count and see how many are in all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in all. So my number sentence or my equation says 4 plus 3 equals 7. Okay, problem number 2. This time I think I'm going to use my Unifix cubes. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to put this many yellow Unifix cubes. And I'm going to put this many blue Unifix cubes. So at home I want you to count how many yellow are here and put that number below it. And count how many blue are here and put the number. You pause it if you need more time. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I have 1, 2, 3 yellow Unifix cubes. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue Unifix cubes. So I wrote those numbers below. Now I'm adding, so I need my addition sign or my plus sign. Also, we're finding out how many are in all, so I need my equal sign. And then we will put how many we counted in all at the end. So we have 3 yellow plus 5 blue equals how many in all. So let's count them all together to see how many are in all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I counted 8 cubes all together. So after my equal sign, I need to write an 8. Okay, so if you haven't copied the number sentence or the equation for this problem, go ahead and copy that on your paper. And then we'll do a couple more, and then I'll have a fun task for you all to do. Okay, problem number 3. I think I'm going to use my Unifix cubes again because I really like these. They're fun to play with. So this time I think I'm going to start off with this many green cubes and this many red. So go ahead and count the green cubes and then write that number on your paper. After that, you can count my red cubes and write that number on your paper. You can pause the video if you need more time. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green. I'm going to write that number on my board. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 red. Okay, we are adding these numbers together, so we need our plus sign in the middle, our equal sign, and remember at the end is where we're going to write how many are in all. So let's see. We have 5 green and 4 red. Let's count them to see how many are in all. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I counted 9 in all. So on my board, I'm going to write a 9. So on your paper, make sure that you have written 5 plus 4 equals 9 in all. Okay, we will do one more and then I'll give you your task. Okay, for your last one, I think I'm going to go back to using my red and yellow counters. And I'm going to start off with this many red. And this many yellow. So write the number of how many red there are and how many yellow there are. So I have 1, 2, 3 red, and I have 1, 2, 3 yellow. Then I'm going to put that sign in the middle that tells me that I'm adding these together to see how many are in all, which is a plus sign. And then I need my equal sign to tell me how many are all together, my equals. What is 3 plus 3? So let's count them and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put a 6 at the end. So we have 3 plus 3 equals 6. Make sure you have that equation written on your paper. Okay, for your task for today, what I would like for you to do is to find objects either in your house or outside with a parent's permission, and I want you to use those objects to write a number sentence with them. And I want you to do this for 2 number sentences. So I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to do one from things I found inside my house, and I'm going to do one from things I found outside of my house. Okay, here is my example of what I want you to do. For the things that I found outside of my house, I found 2 pine cones, so I'm going to put a 2, and I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers. So I'm going to put a 5, And remember, I have to write an equation with those. So if I have 2 pine cones and 5 flowers, how many do I have in all? So I'm going to write my plus sign and my equal, and then I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there is one example of something that you can do. So that's number 1. For my second example, I'm going to use Peeps from my Easter basket. So these were things I had inside, and the fun thing about using food is that you can eat it after. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pink little birdie Peeps, and I have 1 yellow bunny Peep. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 pink Peeps, 1 yellow bunny Peep. I'm going to add them together. 4 plus 1 equals, how many in all? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Peeps in all. So your task for today is to write 2 equations using objects found inside or outside. So my examples, I did 1 equation with things found outside. If you're going outside, make sure you ask for your parents' permission. And then my other equation, I use things found inside. I use my Peeps here. So 2 equations using objects found inside or outside. As always, please feel free to share yours with me on Dojo Messenger. I love to see your guys' work. Okay, until next time.